Coming up, kids landing in ER after ingesting melatonin.
Obama's to host new podcast for History Channel.
Minneapolis gears up for Women's Big Ten tournament.
Plus weather, entertainment, and sports. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. I'm Sylvia Mania.
And I'm Alina Landetta.
The use of melatonin has soared to help people sleep, but you should keep it away from young children. In fact, the CDC reports the number of children under 5 who went into the ER because of melatonin was up 420% between 2009 and 2020. Specifically, 11,000 children went into the emergency room between 2019 and 2022 due to ingesting melatonin unsupervised. Child-proof packaging is not required on the natural sleep aid. In most cases, the kids that got into a bottle of melatonin gummies unsupervised. Melatonin is considered generally safe for kids, but there is no scientific data on exact dosing. Also, dozens of melatonin gummy products have been found to contain dangerous levels of the hormone. In some cases, they contained only CBD with no melatonin. Most of the children who ingested melatonin did not have to be hospitalized.
For the first time in a decade, there's been a decrease in U.S. consumer credit scores. FICO, an analytics company that determines borrowers' strength, says the national average score dropped from 718 in July to 717 in October. The last time this happened was in 2013, when the average FICO score fell 2 points to 690. Many economists say this 1-point dip isn't an economic red flag, but it can be seen as a sign that some U.S. households are feeling economic stress. Officials at FICO say it largely comes from missed payments and higher debt levels. Other factors include high interest rates and rising in the cost of living. Despite the latest data, FICO says scores are still above pre-pandemic levels.
PST reporter Xavier Bressett informs us on the new Title IX Brightspace training.
SUNY Plattsburgh's Title IX office has a fresh new look. Things like a new Brightspace training, a new location, and even a new coordinator have been introduced to the SUNY Plattsburgh campus.
So as a new employee here at SUNY Plattsburgh, and in this role specifically, one of my priority goals is to be visible and meet as many students and employees as I can this semester so they can put a face to the name and feel comfortable coming forward, asking for resources, finding out what their options are, and being as visible as I can at tabling events, at classroom presentations, at training workshops, all those kinds of things.
Kim not only wants to reach people in person, but also online. This is being done with a new Brightspace training course.
The Brightspace course is free and available to all students, and it's meant to be available on demand and to complete at your own pace. The Spark training module that is from SUNY system is to supplement in-person trainings that I'm already offering and will be offering.
Brightspace is a great resource. However, if you're looking to find the Title IX office in person,
the Title IX office is in the Angel College Center on the 2nd floor. It's room 204, just on the other side of Flint Commons from Tim Hortons. So if you're familiar with where the alumni conference room is, it's on that end of the corridor. And I work 8:30 to 4:30 during business hours, but I'm also available upon request for evening and weekend programs and appointments as needed.
if you're interested in learning about Title IX, Brightspace has a new training course, or you can stop in person to see Kim herself. I'm Xavier Brissett with PSTV News.
Former White House physician Ronnie Jackson was demoted by the Navy 2 years ago following the release of a blistering report from the Defense Department. According to the DoD, Inspector General Jackson was accused of drinking on the job, acting inappropriately, and frequently screaming at subordinates. When Jackson retired in 2019, he was a one-star Rear Admiral. The demotion dropped him down to a captain, according to a pair of U.S. officials. Jackson was a top White House doctor under Presidents Obama and Trump. He now serves as a Republican member of the House of Representatives from Texas and sits on the House Armed Services Committee. When the DoD report came out in 2021, Jackson responded by calling it a politically motivated attack.
Discount grocer Aldi announced a major expansion in the U.S. The Germany company plans to open 800 new stores nationwide over the next 5 years in a $9 billion expansion. Aldi said it wants to bring the lowest possible prices during a time when consumers are more focused on saving money than ever. The chain did not reveal specific locations, but it said it wants to strengthen what it called its already strong presence in the Northeast and Midwest. It also wants to expand out west in Southern California, Phoenix, and new cities like Las Vegas. Some of the new locations will be store conversions from its now complete purchase of Winn-Dixie and Harvey supermarkets. The plan would bring Aldi's store count to nearly 3,000 locations in the U.S. After this short break, a look at your weekly weather. Stay with us.
The Student Association stands by their motto of students servicing students. They provide funding for student-run clubs and organizations. Also, activities for students to participate in on campus. In addition, they also provide academic and diversity resources as well as the campus shuttle. Student Association, the pulse of Plattsburgh.
Welcome back. I'm meteorologist Marcel Gibbs. Let's take a look at your weather map. So we got lots of 30s and 40s today. Could be better, but I like the 40s on here, so let's get it to it. So we got 38 for Alice Head, 37 for Vermontville, 35 for Dannemora, 41 for Osceola Forks, 42 for Plattsburgh. So we got at least highest on the board, at least. Say Albany City with 38 and 41 for Wilson. Now let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. We're seeing a lot of sun. This is what I like to see, except for that, 138, but we'll get to that later. We got 46 for Friday. I hope you're enjoying the sun as much as I am today. And then we got 46 for Saturday as well. The sun has taken a little leave, but don't worry, it's coming right back for Sunday. Straight sun, no clouds, with a temperature of 40. Monday, once again, the lowest of the bunch, and no sun to see, but cloudy, 38. But the sun comes back right on Tuesday, and the temperature goes up to a temperature of 43. That's all I got for weather. Back to the desk for entertainment news.
Wonder Woman star Gal Gadot and her husband Yaron Varsano announced the arrival of their 4th child. Her name is Ori, which means my light in Hebrew. The 38-year-old Israeli actress posted an image of herself cradling the newborn in a hospital bed on social media. She said the pregnancy was not easy, but they made it through. Their other 3 kids, who range in age from 12 to 2 years old, are all girls. The couple has been married since 2008.
Madonna opened up to a concert audience Tuesday night about her health emergency last summer. That's when the singer landed in the ICU as the result of a bacterial infection. She called it a near-death experience. Madonna told the Los Angeles audience her first word coming out of an induced coma was no. She said she thinks that because God was asking her if she wanted to come with him. Madonna also thanked celebrity Dr. David August, who was in the audience. She said he advised her to go to the sun so her body could make vitamin D and help her heal.
Former first couple Barack and Michelle Obama are taking a look back in history. To be more specific, the years 1863 to 1873. The Obamas production company and the History Channel are working on a project based on America's Reconstruction era. The network announced an 8-episode podcast to explore the period's impact on the country. Those involved say the podcast will feature a variety of voices from literature, journalism, history, and education. No word yet on release date.
Reality show host RuPaul is co-founding a bookstore as well as launching a bus tour and distribute banned books. The queer icon hopes the bookstore named All Stora will shine a brighter light on authors who are underrepresented. In a statement on social media, RuPaul says All Stora will be the, quote, supporting you, all voices everywhere. The performer and the store are also behind the Rainbow Book Bus, a 22-foot school bus turned into a book mobile. On Monday, the bus began a road tour where the LGBTQ groups will hand out banned books to each stop. Among the cities scheduled for a visit, Phoenix, Tallahassee, Atlanta, Memphis, and San Antonio.
Right after the break, a look at your PS Sports Update.
This is KINKS, which stands for Collectively Inspiring Natural Hair Students. We like to promote people to embrace their natural hair and just love who they are. Every spring semester we have a hair show, so if you're interested in modeling, hairstylist, and a makeup artist, this is something to look forward to every spring.
Welcome back from the break. I'm Liam Sample with your PS Sports Update. Jake Paul is set to fight former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson in a boxing match that will be live streamed on Netflix. The event is set for July 20th at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It will be available to all Netflix subscribers. 27-year-old Paul has racked up a pro record of 9 wins and 1 loss with 6 knockouts since his debut in January 2020. He most recently defeated Ryan Borland on March 2nd. 57-year-old Tyson has a pro record of 50 wins and 6 losses with 44 knockouts. In downtown Minneapolis, a sold-out Big Ten women's basketball tournament got underway on Wednesday. The games are being played at the Target Center, home of the WNBA's Minnesota Lynx and the NBA's Minnesota Timberwolves. This represents the first time in the conference tournament's 31-year history that it's entirely sold out. A very big reason for that is the chance for fans to see Iowa Hawkeye star Caitlin Clark in her final collegiate games. Clark this season became the all-time leading scorer in NCAA Division I history, women's or men's. Clark's Hawkeyes play on Friday. Across the 5 tournament days, more than 109,000 fans will be in the building. The championship game will be held on Sunday, March 10th. We now head over to Plattsburgh, where the Plattsburgh State Women's Lacrosse Team 2024 season is finally in full swing, and the team has high hopes for the season. PSTV's Zoe Rice tells us more.
The Plattsburgh State Women's Lacrosse team kicked off their 2024 season with a home game on Tuesday against Russell Sage College. This being their first game, being able to come out with a win was huge and a great boost of confidence for the team. Senior defender Samantha Lombardi gave me some insight on the team's chemistry, goals, and objectives for this 2024 season.
The team chemistry's been good. I feel like the seniors in the past and the upperclassmen have really shown how to grow as a team, and I think that myself and the other seniors and juniors have been working pretty hard to show that to the freshmen. I think it's pretty important just because if you don't really trust each other off the field, you won't succeed on the field, and I think we've built that kind of trust.
Samantha and her co-captain, senior defender Jamie Adams, have emphasized for the team to be putting in work in the off-season to hopefully translate into the 2024 season.
We've definitely been working our stick skills a lot more over the off-season. We did a lot of wall ball. We would do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays for just a half hour, and I think it's really helped us improve going into the season, and then also just working together.
Despite not making it into the SUNYAC playoffs last year, Samantha and the team remain hopeful.
I'm hoping to get further than we have in the past. I think that that's a pretty good goal, and then I'm just kind of hoping for my own personal goals to do better than I've done and work as hard as I can, because this is it.
After graduating 6 seniors last year who were a huge part of the program, the team had a tough time filling their shoes.
Well, I definitely think it was tough shoes to fill, because that was the first group of seniors who did 4 years at Plattsburgh for lacrosse, but I think the juniors and seniors this year have done a pretty good job based on what we learned from them by just being encouraging and being leaders on the field.
Still being fairly new to the athletic department leaves a lot of room for improvement. The Plattsburgh State women's lacrosse team is excited to see where their season will take them. In Plattsburgh, at the Plattsburgh State Fieldhouse, for PS News, I'm Zoe Rice.
Thank you, Zoe. Ranked number 4 in the NCAA and top seeded in the SUNYAC, Plattsburgh women's hockey hosted the SUNYAC championship game on Saturday. The visiting second-seeded number 9 Cortland Red Dragons won 2-1 in overtime. May Olshansky scored the lone Plattsburgh goal on the power play in the second period, with Kira Wall and Julia Masota both tallying assists. For Cortland, Elena Eichmann scored the game-winning goal in overtime, sending Cortland to the NCAA tournament for the first time in program history. This would have been Plattsburgh's 11th straight season of a conference championship. Ronald B. Stafford Ice Arena was sold out on Saturday as Plattsburgh men's hockey hosted the 2024 SUNYAC Championship. Ranked number 5 and 3rd seeded, they fell short to the 4th seeded Cortland Red Dragons. Cortland won 3-2 in overtime, taking home their first title in program history. Ryan Bonfield scored both goals for the Cardinals, with his first on the power play and second one coming with only 30 seconds left in regulation. They played 9 minutes of overtime until Cortland's Anthony Bernardo tallied the game winner, which led Cortland to the NCAA tournament. An impressive run for the Red Dragons, taking home 2 SUNYAC championships in one day. That's all for your PS Sports Update. Back to the desk.
Thank you for watching PSTV News. I'm Sylvia Mania.
And I'm Alina Landetta. Check us out on our social medias at Plattsburgh State TV.
Have a good weekend, Plattsburgh.